Good morning. This is your daily reading from Raven. We're going to do a crystal reading today, and we're doing it from this rose quartz. I love rose quartz. A lot of people agree with me that this is kind of the most accessible stone for beginners and for anyone. There's just something very closely aligned with, I don't know, like maybe human vibration in its best form. Maybe that's it. But yeah, a lot of beginners can feel this, and I certainly felt it for the first time, the first crystal I ever really, kind of connected my consciousness with. And still to this day, she's got a special power. This particular stone has also done some really amazing, almost miraculous physical healing on my particular physical body. So, thank you. Yeah. All right, well, I'm pulling for this guy for this day, and this is the vibration that we're bringing into this day, this rose quartz vibration. Some tarot cards and a little bit of the Kuan Yin. I think that Kuan Yin perfectly embodies the rose quartz energy. She is a bodhisattva who is enlightened and therefore kind of beyond incarnation, but coming back into incarnation to help humans, or souls in general. I don't know. Reality, who knows? Anyway, that is the story behind Kuan Yin and behind this deck. And it is really aligned, I think, with the story of rose quartz in general. So from this deck, we have the threshold. The threshold, this card is kind of like a congratulations, you made it card. It's funny. It's like an acknowledgement that there is a profound step being made to be able to operate beyond fear and in love, operate from love on like a really consistent soul level. The card counsels to surround yourself. This is also kind of a delicate time, and maybe some final trials being thrown at you, but I feel like this is certainly in the invitation for today, is to know that step is there, and that it's in front of you, and that it's available, and that you're supported in moving towards it, and that you are supported by these mineral beasts, these mineral consciousnesses, which is how I understand crystals. So let's see what else we have here. The Three of Earth, the Three of Pentacles. This is the card in Rider-Waite you might be more familiar with the guys building a church or cathedral or something, building a building by sort of collaborating. So this is a card of collaboration and kind of like real hands-on creativity, and being able to put your best effort into a group to make it more than the sum of its parts kind of thing. And so, interesting, this is what's being invited. Even, there's this really profound kind of backdrop or foreground, really, that we're going towards with the energy today. And the vehicle for that is this kind of collaboration that involves some humility and showing up with your strengths and weaknesses and an understanding of that. Let's see. I'm a visual person and I do not know the Five of Cups without looking at it. So, oh my, yes. So the Five of Cups is the one where he's standing there. Oh, look at this beautiful mermaid. She's so, alas is me. It's kind of funny. Woe is me, alas. Yeah, the Five of Cups is the traditional depiction is the guy with the 3 cups spilled, and he's basically standing there in his sorrow and disappointment staring at his spilled milk whilst a couple of cups are behind him. In any case, this is a loss card. This is a loss, and that actually really does reflect this. This is kind of a final trial card, a little bit of the ego shaking off its exoskeleton, and it's a bit painful, and it's I was so funny. I was feeling that today when I was meditating with this rose quartz. I was feeling, kind of like as the energy was moving through my energy and moving through my body, there was a moment where I was like, oh, it's kind of exquisitely painful to feel this sort of resolution happen, like this movement. As the movement just starts to move and break up, as the healing happens, there's a little bit of like a healing crisis or something that feels kind of painful in a good way, like stretching when you need it, that kind of thing. So this is really how I'm feeling this Five of Cups, 5 of water. This is the exquisite tenderness and kind of grief over changing as a person. And then what we have, oh, look at this little angel lady. I like her. Wow. This is the Page of Air. So, oh my God, I just realized I've been reading these wrong. I've been reading messengers as pages instead of knights. I'm going to assume that that is how it was meant to be. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, this is the page, actually, of air. So the page is the earthy part of air, which is interesting because that is not reflected in this picture so much. It's very transcendent. You've got like a crescent moon in there, which is the maiden. I'm starting to think of it as kind of like the mother maiden crone dynamic, and the pages or the earth element within the court card system of each element being the maiden part of that, which is a bit naive and a bit like susceptible to energies, and also that being her great strength, her great like the creativity and the curiosity and the excitement that comes from being in kind of like a beginner's mind place within each of the elements within the pages is coupled by all of the self-containment of the virgin, the self-containment of the maiden, the page. And so we have of air, this is the part of us being invoked into this process, which is, oh wow, like the curiosity of how to be an intellectual judging analytical person, like how to have a brain and a heart at the same time, how to stay curious about that. I've been getting this image lately where inside the head space there is the third eye or pituitary gland back in there, and then there's also like it's almost like a seed. Like the pituitary gland is a seed, and there are two sides to the seed, and one of the sides is the intuitive mind, and the other side is the analytical mind, and they are one. They complement each other. They don't actually fight with each other necessarily. They are both two sides of the same thing. They're both tools with the same aim. And like even the way that we use all of these images, this is definitely a tangent, but even the way that we use all of these images is a reflection of the intuitive mind and the analytical mind balancing each other out. So, invitation to that today from the page of air. Invitation to the process, or just like, this and there needs to be some trust in the pain that goes into healing and changing. And then this very earthy, applied collaboration. There's some kind of collaboration open for us today. Some kind of tapping into each other's strengths. Call a friend. Reach out to someone. Have a good conversation. Connect in some way that feels like there are various inputs being put in there, and that's just an opening for us today, all for this stepping over the threshold. This is where we're headed, and all of the ups and downs and peaks and valleys along the way are on the path that leads to this step over a threshold. Ooh, I wonder what the palace looks like, or whatever. Just thinking of a doorway. Anyway, monastery? I don't know. Rose quartz, bringing you all of this. So much love. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you will pick up on my invitation. I'm going to have a sale put out in a couple of days for a year-end reading from me. They make great gifts, and they're just really good for your own sort of setting the tone for the year. So I look out for that, and have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.